Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a mid-month for December tarot oracle reading. And Leo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Leo, we still all have a little bit of Leo in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Leo in? That is where this energy will show up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. Some parts of it will or will not resonate with you possibly. And I have already shuffled the cards. I gave them a good wash, just doing the cut, and we will check what's on the bottom of the deck for the underlying energy. We have the King of Wands. So someone's in this energy, Leo, of being a king of the lions. There's lions in the background here, and Leo is a fire sign, and this is the King of Wands. This is in the element of fire. So you're showing up in your own reading, Leo. That's always a good sign. It means it's going to be a powerful sign for you. The salamander, and the salamanders on here indicate that there's protection from fire. The King of Wands is very charismatic, someone that is really visionary, loves to take action on goals and, put more goals in place, like always innovating. And the energy this is like the most sexy of all the kings in the minor arcana. He's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. So there you go. But keep in mind, this could also be a woman in her masculine energy. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is a sign that you have mastery over your skill set. This energy is people want to collaborate with you. That's the good news. The bad news is this is my card for secret societies, and because of the masonry. And this is just saying, be really careful if you're going to collaborate with other people because of your skill set. Make sure that the people you collaborate with are in alignment with your goals. Quite often, if you are noticed by societies, they might want to have you join in with them so that they can use your energy for their purposes and not so much in alignment with your own. It doesn't have to be what that is, but this is definitely saying be very careful who you collaborate with. You have choice. And so this energy here, you're protected from fire. That's the energy of the salamanders, and it's the lion represents like fear, and the King of Wands is pretty fearless. He likes adventure. So this is the underlying energy, is the story of Leo the King, and this is the energy of someone wants to collaborate with you. Be careful who you collaborate with. Make sure that they're in alignment with your goals. This is the inner boundaries, the inner dynamics. So that is something that you have control over. It's a good thing that these people want to collaborate with you. It means that you're being admired for your whatever your craft is, and that it's that you're recognized as being very, very good at it. So that's a really positive energy. But we do have the Death card coming up. So maybe in the past you weren't acknowledged for your good work, and that now that is a transition that's over. This is a time that it's over. And this card has actually been coming up quite a bit in my readings for this mid-month. We're coming to the end of December. We're coming to the end of a year. And it's actually like 2025 is a 9. It adds up to a 9. And that is the end of a cycle. And then the energy we're moving into is a 10-year. And that is like a 1. So it's a new cycle. So this card is speaking, sometimes it could be about actual death. What's interesting though here is that the king is trampled here. You see that? So the crown is knocked off his head. He's been trampled. And this is an energy that's what I was picking up. Be careful that the movements that you make, this new transition that you go into, is in alignment with what you want and your energy. This doesn't represent like someone death to the king or anything like that. It's more like talking about the systems in place that were always there, that everybody thought would always be done in such a way. We're seeing that in the UK right now. We've got the younger prince moving into the role of being the king, and that energy is shifting. So it's talking about a transition. And, you know, the one constant in the universe that you can absolutely count on is change. So this is an older person here turning away and not wanting to have the change. But these youngsters here, like they've got the little one has a bloom that they're offering the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper is not meant to be an evil or person. It's more of a lot of cultures around the world actually adopt the Grim Reaper as a sign of death. But this is like the light at the end of the tunnel, this flag. So you also have the sun rising or setting in the background. So that's what it's saying. It's a transition. The transition between birth and death is very similar, actually. So it's that kind of energy. You go through the tunnel to get to the light. And then we have the Lovers. So this could be a choice that you're making between two people. And you might be thinking of getting in a relationship or moving forward in a partnership, but it's between two people. And so this is the Lovers, this card, the sun is shining on it. It's sort of like the Garden of Eden in some ways, but this is masculine and feminine energy, and there's a cloud in between. And when there's clouds in the tarot like this, in between people, it just means that it's not 100% clear what the intentions are. That's what the energy I was picking up on. And so this energy is also, could be saying that you, the King of Wands, do not have, because of this transitional time, you do not have, you're not clear in your masculine and feminine energy within yourself to be ready to take action yet. And then we have, we have juggling. So this card is showing someone that's doing a lot of multitasking. There's a lot of movement happening fast. There's like an energy kind of should I do this or should I do that? Work hard, play hard. This person, that person. Should I invest in this company or should I invest in another? Should I invest in this partner? Should I invest in another? Should I put my energy into this endeavor or that endeavor? It's kind of like that, and it's about being really busy and having to make a decision. And the one thing this card does say is juggle your options, but don't juggle your morals. Oh, because then we have the devil coming in. Yeah, and especially when this card comes in with this card, the end of a cycle, it could be some sort of energy with a lover, because that's what this card is saying. And it could be like between, but this doesn't look like two women, so I'm not going to comment on that gender-specific area. Remember, the king could be a woman in their masculine energy, and that's kind of that there's a lot coming in right now about that. This could be someone that is not sure of their gender, like they're not sure that they are wanting to be in the gender that they're in. This is the energy that's coming in. And what happens is when the devil comes in, you see that like it's a game. These two people are chained now to the devil, to the black box of the devil. And that energy is because of decisions made. And this, can't be too much of a coincidence, right? We've got a lot of energy regarding this. So this could be one person that's really confused about their masculine and feminine energies and juggling that. This could be two people. This could be like the king moving forward and finding out that the person he's with, he doesn't want to be with anymore, the lover he's with. This could be a lot of different scenarios. This could be just one person going through a lot of energy regarding their masculine and feminine, and it could be like a business that you are in partnership with someone, and it's a business that you really love, and you need to make some decisions around that. But one thing's for sure, there's a major transition happening, and this is actually within your internal boundaries, so this is within yourself. So the good news is you do have control over this, but it's I'm getting a challenging position that you're in at this time. And we have, whenever the devil comes up, I always cover the devil with another card, because you're not going to get the truth from the devil. Devil is temptation. So this energy, I cover it just to see, did the devil send a minion in? Because the devil doesn't do his own dirty work. The devil sends someone else in to do the dirty work for him, because the devil is actually just temptation, right? So temptation is not a physical person. And this energy also sometimes is covered by God, and that's kind of the energy coming in here. This is marriage, fulfillment, going through the portal of getting the major steps towards fulfillment. This card says it's the Four of Wands, and it talks about the 1111 portal, which has been coming up a lot in my readings. It's like when all of a sudden you start noticing 1111 on the clock or 111 on the clock, that kind of energy, and it's a portal, and it's saying watch your thoughts, be really clear about what you want, because you're a powerful manifester and you want to manifest what you love. And so that's the energy that's here. There's that possibility. This card is kind of, I think of it like you've got the castle in the background, but this is kind of the beginning of the fulfillment. So you maybe have the down payment for the castle, but you're still going to have to make mortgage payments. That's the kind of energy. And then we have victory. So that's good to see. I really like that. So this could have been a struggle within someone regarding their lover and whether they want to get married or make a commitment. This energy, the Six of Wands, is someone who's been going through battle. This can represent inner battle. We have some people that want to follow and some people that are angry that there was a victory. And the energy is, though, that this person is victorious, or you're victorious here, because you were able, because it's this wand and this wand, I feel, belong to the King of Wands. And there's been a major transition, and you stayed true to yourself, and you reined your emotions in so that you could really make strong decisions. And that was critical too. And I think both these cards came up in the Cancer reading right before this, or the one before that, Gemini. But notice both these horses are kind of like, they're not straining, they're not bucking, they're both like white. Well, this one's a little bit more gray maybe, but they're not, the rider isn't having to really rein them in. They're under control. They do have control of the reins, but there's not like a whole lot of force there. And that's just saying that the horses kind of represent your emotions. So you were victorious because you were able to rein in your emotions and make a strong choice here. That's what's coming up. Yeah, and there we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands represents like someone that's had a lot of burdens, like a lot to do. And that's that multitasking here. And maybe that struggle in your mind, the battle in your mind, if that's what it is, between masculine and feminine. And that's just part of life. So we're just going to it's kind of like when you look at it from the perspective that you're just going to be strong to what's happening and make strong choices, because you're not going to let your emotions carry you away. We don't really have any communication that came in here, other than this one, which is an overall transition. But like, we don't have a page or a knight coming in with an actual communication. So that's why I feel like this might be a battle within someone. And this energy of 10, it looks like the person's under a lot of burdens, but these wands are all actions that you yourself have put into action. and it may have been quite some time ago. And now you have the total right to put down some of these burdens. And like, it's interesting because this is the 6 and this is the 10 and there's 4 here. So maybe you need to put down 4 of these wands and just say, you know what? I thought that's what I wanted, but I don't anymore. And now I'm going to move forward in this new way. Or it could be like those belong to other people and you don't want to be involved in it and you just want to put that part of your life down, that part of the burdens. You're almost home. So, and you have control over this. You can decide which of these wands you want to keep and which ones you don't. You know, when you think about this being like a crop that you planted, the fruit is heavy, and that's why they are heavy. So it's kind of finding, you know, just deciding, you know, which of it, maybe this was something that when I planted this seed, I thought, I really want this, you know, I really would like to try this out. And then you did, and it could have even been successful, but you're realizing that's not what I want. And that can be the energy of this card, collaborating with yourself, like with your higher self, right? And so we've got here, this is your identity, your self-image. So you're going through a major transition. And then this is about your self-worth. Like, and I really feel like this is a struggle between masculine and feminine energy. And it definitely could involve lovers. So that is just out there for some of you. Some of you, it might just be more of an inner battle, or it could be like between 2 businesses that you want to get into, or a country that you want to move to, you know, that kind of energy, whether or not you want to retire or you want to keep working. But the energy here is just showing it's not 100% clear. And I mean, if you have the devil sitting in between you here like this, it's not clear, right? So that those 2 cards, but you can have one if you this is talking about the communication in your early life. So this could have to do with when you were growing up, your subconscious mind could be influencing this, and you're taking control of your mind here. You're juggling all the thoughts and you're deciding. I feel like the waves are getting bigger, but the ship is getting bigger. So it's kind of like maybe here you were struggling, but now if you can gain mastery over this struggle, that you'll have the fulfillment you're looking for. You'll be victorious. This is in your creativity, romance, and children house. And then we have your health and your daily routines and your habits. So basically, you might have been in a position where you were living a lifestyle that you really don't want to live anymore. And that's okay. Like, I mean, you put the energy into it and you decide this is the way I'm going to go. And then you decide, okay, no, it's not for me after all. It's okay to do that. You have the right to make those changes. And sometimes the transition can be really like a total opposite of what it was before. But this is leading to, we've got 9 cups here. And so now there's love in here, there's cups for the first time, and this is coming from external forces. So perhaps you've met someone new or someone that's inspired you. It could be a mentor, or it could be, regarding something you love, or it could be, I'm just getting even a book you read or something and it just clicked, something clicked for you. And this is about what you've always wanted, like a wish come true kind of energy. And so this could be about a lover for sure, and fulfillment that you want. Perhaps you were struggling with whether or not you wanted to settle down or not, and that's the kind of energy you're in. But this is a wishing card, so what this is saying is don't quit. Just like this one, both these cards are saying don't quit. Keep going because you're almost home. And like many a race is lost in the last lap. So you want to make sure that, if you're wishing for something, it means that you don't have it. So you don't want to get caught in wishing for it for another cycle. You want to take advantage of this transition that's happening so that you can make movement forward and let go of anything that's not resonating with you right now. And that you know, what I want to say here is this could be a really good opportunity, but you just don't feel it's for you. So it's not like it's like a bad thing necessarily. It's just not in alignment with the goals that you have. And then we have, yeah, I'm just getting, there's several versions of you here. This Five of Swords kind of represents someone who's been battling, has an inner battle with themselves, or it could have been with outside forces. But it's, I feel like here now it's in the external forces. So perhaps there was promises made, or it appeared like you were going to accept this offer, and now people are upset with you because you changed your mind. But this is you, and in different versions of yourself. And so this is, as you know more, you notice the figure gets bigger. And it's not someone, I don't feel like this is someone who wants to fight. It's more like you will if you have to. But this also can represent an inner battle within yourself. And it can also talk about like how we manifest. And when people quite often, like when you're going forward and everything's working out all great and it's really awesome, of course that feels really good. But life is not a march, life is a dance. And if you look to nature, you'll see that. Like nature, when nature counts and and nature is manifesting, like we have the death season, we have the planting season, you know, the growth, the nurturing, and then the harvest, right? And so the energy is like when nature counts, it's like 1 + 2 = 3, but then nature reaches back, takes a step backwards, and 3 + 2 = 5. So it's that kind of energy. You're in a dance, not a march. So there are going to be times when you feel like you're going backwards in life, and that's how life is supposed to be. And sometimes when we have that energy of going backwards like that, it's a real blessing, because it allows you to have time to really notice how you feel instead of just thinking your way through things. It gives you a chance to reassess. And we just came out of a Mercury retrograde. There's a full moon. I'm doing this reading right now on December 3rd. Tomorrow there's the full moon, and it's in Gemini. So that's quite, can be up and down energy. And then we also have the energy of, you know, moving into the new year. So there's a lot of factors out there, external factors, that can be making it challenging to make really big decisions. Mercury just came out of retrograde, and so the energy is also moving forward. Like it is, communication is becoming way more clear. So maybe something that you read in the past about an offer that was given to you, and it could even have been a marriage or a contract or something, that you missed something and now you reread it and you went, oh, wait a minute here, I didn't see that part before. And that's typical of Mercury in retrograde. And Mercury at the end of November went back forward. So communication is becoming more clear. We still don't have a page or a knight coming in here with clear communication though. And that's what I'm getting here, is it's still kind of, the external forces are so up and down and volatile right now as we're moving into this, out of 2025 into 2026. But we do have the 9 of Pentacles, and this is a card of like how your environment around you affects you. And this is like Nikola Tesla talks about if you knew the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. And I feel like this is a ratio. There's 3 pentacles in the bush that she doesn't have her hand on, and that she's willing to share. And, you know, like that could be charity or community, family. But she has her hand on 6 of the pentacles. And this is her saying, I'm looking after myself first and my business first with these pentacles before I collaborate outside of that, unless I'm really sure. That's what the falcon represents. The falcon represents having the insight to see the big picture. So if you don't have the insight to see the big picture, I feel that insight will be coming in. The full moon is a time to release what's not working for you. And it also sheds light, it shines light. And this is a super moon. So it's a big moon, a big moon. And it's going to affect energy quite a bit. And you're going to be feeling it already if you're sensitive to those cycles. So that's kind of what this is saying, like maybe wait until after the full moon to make, you might have more insight about the direction you want to go in. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so the Queen of Pentacles is actually a pretty good match for the King of Wands, because he's got enough passion for both of them, and she is focused on the dollar. She's known for being able to make something out of nothing. She's very good with money. She's very steady with that, with the energy. She's admired for that ability and for her solidarity. Like, she's really a solid person. You can count on her. And that, and she's very focused right now on that pentacle, and what that could be. Like, maybe there's someone else that's not as focused, but you're more passionate about them, or there's an opportunity that you feel more passionate about, but it pays less money, that kind of energy. But the good news is that people are noticing that you have mastered your skill set, and you're in high demand. People are noticing, because this is in the position of your career and reputation. So you're being admired as someone worthy of interviewing for a promotion or something like that. And it's going to put you on a new journey. That's awesome energy. So yeah, that's saying, I love to see that when we started off with this. So this transition, as long as, keep your shift together. Don't let your emotions take control of you. Don't make rash decisions. Do not juggle your morals. You don't need to do that. It's only going to lead to loss instead of gain. And this is all speaking about, look at how all the cards here, other than this one, they're all bright yellow background, like the fulfillment. So don't give in to the temptation of taking the first deal because you don't think something better is going to come along or whatever. Anticipate the journey so that you can, because it feels like you've stepped into a new way of being. This could mean that you were studying, you were an apprentice, and now you have the ability to move forward on your own. This could be someone, because the wands quite often for me represent someone who's in an entrepreneurial spirit. And so that kind of energy could be like, maybe you've decided that you want to start your own business and you don't want to work for someone else anymore. It could be all. And then we have this card, the Seven of Swords. Now this card quite often could be read as a thief in the night. But I feel like in this instance, it can also mean innovation, innovative thinking. The swords represent thinking. And he's got two in his hand here, and he's planted two here. And these other swords, it kind of feels similar to this card, where the other swords, he's just snuck them away so that they can't, he's taken care of these ones. And so if there's any doubt, there's only two. But I feel like this is the two that he's holding on to, and this is coming from, it's covering his heart. So this is what, like, make sure that if you figured out now what you really want, these ones I feel represent doubt. This card can be seen as a negative card because it's about theft and all of that. I don't get that energy from it here. I feel like this card is more about looking back in the past and deciding these are the two swords that I'm going to keep from my past, and I am going to, and it could represent the choice between these two, the juggling of these two, the juggling of the masculine and the feminine energy, the two sides of this portal. There's a lot of twos here. So this could be about a couple or deciding you want to be a couple. And that might be like, okay, I have no doubt that's the route I'm going to go. The reason this is a walking contradiction is because he's moving forward, but looking back, and he's on tiptoe, and it's sneaky energy. And I feel like, again, this card is saying, if you're signing a contract, you're proposing to someone, make sure you know who they really are. Make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's. And I feel like if you can wait a few days until the full moon is over, because you might get some more illumination And this is representing the external forces. And you notice the external forces that are at play here are actually really, strong. Like this could go either way, and this could go either way. So this could be about a wish fulfilled or not. This energy here is about commitment and marriage and partnerships that you make. So I feel like it depends, like make sure it's coming right back to the beginning here. Make sure before you take action that you know who you're collaborating with and know yourself really well. And that you need, when it comes to business, you need to be able to use your masculine and your feminine energy. You need to be able to use both. And then this is talking about the transformation. So like this could be about the battle within you is over now. Or this could be there's external forces that also want this opportunity that you maybe had to fight, and now it's kind of like you won this fight. It could be both, right? And then we have, this is about your higher learning, your travel, education. So the more well-traveled you are, the bigger the view you have of the world here, and the understanding that you have to love yourself first before you can be a strong partner for anyone else is really being shown here. Understanding that if you give too much away, then you are going to not have enough to be able to continue to keep giving to others. And then this is about your career. It's your reputation, right? So the Queen of Pentacles. So this is really good. This is saying that you're really admired for your ability to make money from your skill set, and that people are looking up to you. They're noticing that you're a valuable asset. And then the Fool is about blessings and friendships and new coming in. Like, so this is new energy. And then this is more of about secrets and endings. So if there was some sort of contract and you just after the, you got the contract, but you were in Mercury retrograde, you were a little bit cloudy whether or not, or I'm picking up now, maybe your wife said, no, I don't want to move there. I don't feel like this is good energy like that, or your husband. And you wanted to choose that rather than the temptation of moving into it. Could be that when you had a lawyer, like someone that whose opinion you value, that they looked over it and they saw something that you missed. And now it's kind of like we have to go back to the drawing board here. Or no, I'm not going to take that offer. I'm going to take this one and work in that direction. So I really feel like this is really positive energy in many ways. It's just like how positive and how much of a change are you willing to accept. And the one thing we can always count on is the one constant is change. That's one thing we can count on. And so this energy, I really feel like tomorrow's the full moon, and there might, you might get a phone call, because I still don't see any communication. There's not a single night in here, like no phone call, no text, no, that tells me that the external forces aren't coming forth yet, and your internal forces are mulling over it. So if you're enjoying this reading, please do hit the like button, comment. It really, really empowers me to build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify this now with my oracle cards, and this is Tales from the Vector, and it's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I started this in 2007, and I completed 64 paintings in 2020. I'm now working on bringing the oracle out into physical being, and I'm working on the information with you guys. So thank you for your time and energy. I have to write the manual that goes with the cards before I can publish it and put the deck out. So I want to make sure I get it right. I'm just tuning into this information with the oracle cards to make sure we're in sync here. Okay, so this is the one that's wanting to come out, Capricorn energy. The new moon coming up after this moon is Capricorn. And this is about ambition, responsibility, and recognizing the possibilities within the challenges. So this is really good, strong energy. As I said, the full moon coming up here tomorrow is energy of Gemini, and then we're moving into a Capricorn, which is really about ambition and that type of energy, destiny more. And that's the new moon, so that will be around the 20th of December. If I have time, I'm going to do a bonus reading for that new moon because it's been coming up a lot. But that would be like really good timing wise. Like this could be a big Christmas present from the universe for you. We have judgment on this offer that's being made, and I feel like the judgment is like coming from you. Like it's these people wouldn't be collaborating with you if they weren't interested in you, whether it's in alignment with what you want or not, or whether their intentions are good or not. They still want to work with you, which is saying that you're desirable as an asset. People can see you're an asset. And this is the judgment, I feel, because this is on the internal boundaries. This is coming from you. You have the ability to choose. I feel like you are in a position where you can choose. Like you're not desperate to do anything. So it's kind of just saying this transition is happening. You might have just finished school. You might have, like I picked up that energy before, and now there's a lot of different companies scouting you. This could be about making a team. This could be a lot of different energies, but it's something to do with your skill set. And then this is an energetic upgrade. This transitions are always challenging in one way or another, but being able to recognize the possibilities and being like the King of Wands, acting on it once you've looked into it and you're satisfied, okay, this is in alignment with what I want, taking action so that you can get this upgrade in your energy. And then we have your superstar. This is about clear communication, because this is the throat chakra, and this is about creating harmony. So if this is between your masculine and feminine energies, you want to create that harmony within yourself. If it's with your lover, you want to create that harmony. You want to talk about it. You want to be able to talk about it honestly. And then we have disruption. I feel like this disruption card is coming up a lot because we're entering the holiday season. And so a lot of times when people think about disruption, they think of the energy of like a hurricane or a war or something that like that, that something that disrupts your life in that way, getting fired from a job when you didn't expect to, having an accident, that sort of thing. But this, I feel, is more like when you think about the holiday season, it kind of takes you out of your normal patterns, your normal daily life, and it's fun, but it's very disruptive in many ways. There's travel involved. Usually it's like in Canada, it's in the winter, everybody's trying to travel on the same day, no matter where you're going, like around Christmas, etc., and New Year. So it's kind of like an energy Thanksgiving. You just had Thanksgiving in the United States. That's a very big holiday for the States, and a lot of families are trying to come together, and then you're going to do it again a month later. And it's like, so there's not much time to really work like you normally would. And so it's talking about sometimes the holiday season can be fun, but sometimes it's coming at a time when it's not the best time for you. And then to keep your eye, they say keep your eye on the ball. It's not the best time for you to be distracted by holidays. Like this is a big choice for you, and you need to really take the time within yourself to make sure that you're doing that, because this is covering the devil energy, and the devil is temptation, it's distraction. So you might be tempted to just party it all, and have fun for the holiday season and then come back to this, but then the opportunity, you might have missed it by then. That's the energy that's coming up for me on that. And Leo, you are showing up in your own reading here, and you're doing it on victory. And Leo is born to lead, and that's what the King of Wands does. They lead. And if the thing about the Leo energy, you think about young teenage boys, And if they're not confident, they can sometimes come off as being really arrogant. And that's because they don't want they don't want people to know that they're not confident. And then we have the Aries energy coming in. And okay, so this is coming back to this energy here. I am being versus doing. Like, are you going to be yourself and go after your authentic desires? Are you going to be burdened down by other people's energies? Are you going to be do and not have any fun in the holiday season? Or are you going to have a healthy balance between that masculine and feminine energy? And then we have Strength coming up. And that's Leo, that's the lion energy there. The Strength card traditionally is the young woman or young girl reaching into the lion's mouth to prove to herself that she's facing her fears. And in my oracle, it's the integrity. So it's about being in your own integrity and having the strength to remain in your own integrity. We have Sagittarius, yes, world adventure, and this is about expansion. And I really feel like you have more than one opportunity here. And so it's kind of it's a really good energy. This is kind of Sagittarius. We're in that season right now. And so this is about Jupiter rules Sagittarius. But right now Sagittarius is in Cancer energy. And that's all about the home and the home buddy. And that's that energy of like this big desire to move forward, and to embrace this challenge and to get the possibility out and take action. But it's also holiday season and maybe you have a family and obligations there. And yeah, the world. So that's on once you get neutral to this energy and you recognize, just do it with balance. Be balanced in it. Then you'll be able to get neutral to all the energy and make the best decision for your world. And then we have Justice. Yeah. So this is coming up as I feel like being true to yourself. And also it feels like that 11-11 energy. So it's kind of like, be very careful of your thoughts within yourself, that you're not beating yourself down or talking down to yourself or not recognizing how valuable you are, because that energy is it's abuse towards yourself, basically, is what I'm getting. And that may be from when you were raised as a child, that's sitting on the devil. And that may be just something that you've always perceived yourself not to be as wonderful as you really are. You don't think of yourself as a superstar, but it's sort of, this is saying there's a transition moving into that energy. That's kind of this confidence versus arrogance. So just, being aware of that. The High Priestess is all about joy. This is just reconfirming that, your intuition is on. And we have a 2 here, and we have a 2 and a 1, and we have the 111, this energy here. So I just really feel use your intuition and enjoy the holiday season. At the same time, do it with balance and, get neutral to all the energy here, and then make your decision so that you make a really good, clear in your mind decision. And look at that. I love that. The star is here. And so the star is saying, yep, you are a superstar. So this is the energy of, you were born to do this. You were born to be a valuable person. You are very good at what you do. Recognize that and make sure you are compensated for your energy in, a valuable way. And I'm also saying, it's time for you to shine, but I still don't see an actual knight or a page in this entire reading with the actual communication. And I feel like that might be bothering you, but I feel like it's the Christmas season. Do not underestimate how little gets done during this time frame, because there's so many people focused on that rather than on business. And a lot of people don't really want to make decisions until the new year, big decisions. excuse me, yeah, like it's like, where's the communication? Now Mercury's out of retrograde, where's my letter? They haven't replied to my email. That kind of energy. Just chill out, enjoy what you're doing, and make sure that you are just in a balanced state, so that when you get their reply, you're in a good position. You'll know exactly what to say or do. I really enjoyed this reading. I think it's really good advice. Thank you, Leo. If you've enjoyed it, please do like and comment. Consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy. It would be an honor to have you. And I will be back with a reading for sure at the end of the month. But I think I probably will do a bonus for the new moon coming up around the 20th. Bye for now, Leo.